Hello everyone. This is the video of Business Studies Class 12, Part A, namely the Principles and the Functions of Management, Unit 1, namely the Nature and the Significance of Management, and the chapter that I'll discuss in this video is the Functions of Management. In previous video, I have discussed about the nature of the management and the levels of the management. In this video, we will study about the functions of the management. So before proceeding further, we will understand what actually the word function means so that you will have a clear idea regarding the topic. If we check the meaning of function in English, then it is a noun and it means the specific action or activity proper to a person, thing or institution or the purpose for which something is designed or exists or ruled. Which means every person has different functions based on his or her priority, and similarly, every business, firm, or organization or a company had specific functions. I think it's little difficult to appreciate, but let me explain to you. Think about yourself. How many works you do regularly? Eating, studying, going school, sometimes helping parents in their work, etc. You do regularly and routinely. So we can say that these are your functions. But think apart from all these work. Dozens of other works you perform now and then, such as watching movie, going on trip with friends, sometimes fighting, etc. Though you do all these works, but these are not your functions because you don't do it regularly. These are not the part of your daily routine. Some of them are not legal and even not moral. So, all those things, those are not the part of your daily routine, is not a function. But yes, all your daily activities or routine activities can be categorized as your functions. And likewise, the concept which is applied everywhere, such as you can observe your mother's functions, your father's functions, your teacher's functions. I mean, every person has different routine works, which are known as their functions. Similarly, in the context of our topic, that is the functions of management, management has certain essential works or features that have to be done to make the management successful. So, in this chapter, we will discuss all those specific functions that while managing the project or any such work, a manager has to perform. So, the question is, what are the functions of management? The significant and the essential functions of management are planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling. The point that you need to understand and remember is all these 5 functions are essentially required for a successful management. Secondly, it must be performed in order. I mean, if you decided to project the work of your school, what will you do? First, you will plan what to do, how to do, when to do, how and from where to arrange the specific steps required for your business studies project work, isn't it? Once you're done, now the second work is organizing, under which you organize the resources, other required steps. In the third step, give the direction and then staffing, under which the firm or a company recruit employees and they control the whole resources and infrastructure created for the purpose of running a business. Now I believe you have an idea about the functions of management. So let's understand them, each of it one by one in detail. Starting with the first one, what is that? That is planning, right? So, what is planning? Planning is a future course of action under which manager decides what to do, when to do, how much to do, etc. And remember, planning always is done in advance. So, it is determination of course of action to achieve the desired goals. Thus, planning is a systematic thinking about ways and means for accomplishment of predetermined goals. It is necessary to ensure proper utilization of human and non-human resources. It is an intellectual activity which helps in avoiding confusion, uncertainties, risks, wastages, etc. So, before starting any project, whether big or small, every business first plans its all details in advance, which largely includes determining the goal, determining the organizational objectives, deciding the activities to be done and also how would be done, that is making strategies, analyzing the current situation, anticipating the future situation, determining the resources, including men resources and investment required to accomplish the organizational goals. So, these are the comprehensive lists of planning, but not conclusive, as depending upon the situation, many other things are required to be done parallel. Anyway, once we have done the planning, now the second challenge is organizing. So, we can say that organizing is the process of bringing together the physical, financial, and human resources and developing the productive relationship among them for achievement of organizational goals. Likewise, the major organizing processes are identification activities, classification of grouping of activities, assignment of duties, delegation of authority and creation of responsibility, coordinating authority and responsibility of relationships. The function of organizing involves the determination of activities that need to be done in a proper order to reach the company goals, assigning these activities to the proper personnel and delegating the necessary authority to carry out these activities in a coordinated and cohesive manner. Now, the third function we have of the management is staffing. Staffing is another significant function of management, which main purpose is to put right man on a right job, that is, square pegs in the square holes and round pegs in the round holes. According to Coates and O. Journal, managerial function of staffing involves managing the organization structure not only through proper and effective selection but also through timely appraisal and development of personnel to fill the roles designed in the structure. Under staffing, major points are manpower planning, that is, estimating manpower in the terms of recruiting, employing, and giving the right place and the work, recruitment, selection, and placement, and then providing required training time to time. Taking care of remuneration, performance appraisal, promotions, and transfer. So, these are the major points of staffing. Now, the next or the fourth function is directing, or we can say it as directing also. See, in everyone's life, there is some or the other person who plays the role of a mentor, or we can say guides the person properly. The directing function plays the same role. The manager of the company directs the employees by supervision, motivation, leadership, and friendly and clear communication. Supervision means overseeing the work of subordinates by their superiors. It is the act of watching and directing work and workers. Motivation means inspiring, stimulating, or encouraging the subordinates with zeal to work. Positive, negative, monetary, non-monetary incentives may be used for this purpose. Leadership. It means a process by which manager guides and influences the work of subordinates in a desired direction. And communication means the process of passing information, experience, opinion, etc. from one person to another. It is a bridge of understanding. Now, the last but not the least function is control. The function of the control, it consists of those activities that are undertaken to ensure that the events do not deviate from the pre-arranged plans. The activities consist of establishing standards for work performance. Second is measuring performance and comparing it to these set standards and taking corrective actions as and when needed to correct in the case of deviations. It is very important to ensure that the work is carried out in the right direction towards the set goals and objectives. Controlling involves setting standards for tasks and measuring the actual performance against the set standards. It ensures that there is a minimum divergence from the set targets. In addition to this, it involves taking appropriate corrective measures in case of any deviation from the standards. So, this is all about the functions of management. However, before winding up the video, let's have a quick revision of all those points that we have discussed today. Okay, so we have understood the meaning of functions of management. Then we have discussed the essential functions of management that includes planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling. So that's all for today's video. Now I'll take your leave and we'll meet in the next video with the next chapter of the unit 1, that is the coordination, that is the essence of the management. However, if you have any query or the questions regarding the discussed point, feel free to ask through the comment box given below. Thank you.